So today did not go at all how I expected it to go. Pierre Lambert might really be onto something. Yo, do y'all ever wake up in the morning, you walk downstairs, open your windows, you look outside, and you see this amazing layer of fog and think, why didn't I get up an hour and a half earlier to make photos of this? That is what happened to me today. I should learn a little bit more about meteorology so I can predict these things, but it's the way it goes. It's the life we live. That, though, is gonna be an indicator that today is gonna be a good photography day. Y'all know the drill. It's the morning. I'm gonna hit my workouts, and then we're gonna go do some photography and make some cool stuff. Yo, this is low-key super nerdy, but check this out right here. Look at the growth on this cactus. This whole section is new. And then we got this up here. The other night, we had one night of flowers. I don't know anything about this cactus, but these bloomed in the middle of the night, and it was really dope. They're beautiful. And we got some like new legs growing down here. I don't know what's going on with these either, but I'm hyped. I think we're gonna get another one of these because it's like having an alien live at your house. Buddy, 5-mile run in the books, no shower, because I assume I'm gonna get really sweaty today when I'm out making photos, so we'll just do that later. Gotta pack some orders real quick. I know some of you don't like me including the fitness content in the videos. I try to not go overboard with it, but for me, when I watch other YouTubers, whether it's fitness, whether it's business, whether it's photography, and they're out putting in work, they're grinding, it gives me this sense of motivation and inspiration to get out and do the same. So I like to think that by me including that running clip, maybe I inspire one person or motivate one person watching these videos to get out and get their run in for the day. I don't know if anyone does, but that's why I put it in the videos. So if you've been keeping up with the channel, you know I've been doing a lot. This angle is not good. So you know I've been doing a lot with small town type stuff. Things like this. This is a test print I did the other day, looking fire. This is another one that we did out in Covington, Georgia. This one looks fire too. I gotta fix the highlights up in here. Yo, my fault. That last setup wasn't working. Here's what I'm thinking. I wanna take a break from the small town stuff, but take the vibe of the small town photos and apply it to some nature photos. Will this work? I have no idea. But essentially, if you've been keeping up with the videos, I've been really inspired by this idea of a southern summer lately. Essentially, my life reflected in my photography. Now that sounds super dramatic, but it's kind of a product of the pandemic. Basically, we're in a pandemic. I can't go anywhere. I live in the South. It's summertime, and I'm trying to capture the feeling and bring it to life in my photos. So I'm thinking if we go to this location, which is called Stone Mountain, it's essentially this giant granite rock. If we can go here and we can capture the same feeling as those small town photos in this location, that means we're going to be on to something, and I might be able to really start taking all these photos and create a body of work around it, and maybe, just maybe, get a magazine or a photo book or something out of this. But right now, to start with, I'm just enjoying exploring this idea and creating a body of work around it. I have no idea if any of that made sense, but let's go make photos. Oh yeah, made it. Yo, check this out. Cactus, just like my backyard. I'm gonna throw a GoPro on my head and I'm just gonna do it behind the scenes. I might talk a little bit, I might not. We'll see how it goes. I just wanna be as creative as possible. Got about 2 hours before I gotta head out. Let's make the best of it. Yo, you see that right there? That's downtown Atlanta. But my buddy Pierre Lambert recently made a video where he did street photography underwater. And it's kind of funny, now that I'm out here, we're in nature, but this location is basically street photography. Like, I'm finding compositions and scenes, and I'm waiting for someone to enter the scene. I'm trying to frame them in a way where who they are as a person doesn't matter. I'm basically doing my exact street photography style in nature. Kind of weird. Yo, it has been pretty awesome out here. Now, I expected my Leica Q to be a hard camera to use in a location like this because 28 is such a spread out lens. I'd have to find basically the perfect composition to take advantage of it. Way harder than I thought, but luckily I have that 24 to 120 that's on my Nikon, filming with it right now, and the compression I can get with that lens, especially at 120, insane. It allows me to really stack the midground, foreground, and background on top of each other. So in a location like this, I can have the rocks, the trees, I can have the clouds, everything pressed up on top of each other to create this really flattened out, over than life, just like dramatic feeling image. Now, it's not an effect I like to use all the time, but today it's working really well, and I'm glad I have this lens. By now I have to have at least one photo that I like. So I'm gonna switch back to the Leica for probably 20 or 30 minutes, see if I can do anything else with it, but I'm feeling good. So today did not go at all how I expected it to go, but in a good way. Pierre Lambert might really be onto something. Now, it's not traditional street photography in any sense of the word, but this idea that street photography concepts can apply to other areas of photography, I think there's something to it. Today was really interesting. This is not what I was expecting to kind of come to on this photo journey. I also need a shower. I feel disgusting. Yo, that was such a fun day, and I gotta say, it's gonna be hard for me to pick my favorites. I think my favorite one on the day is that tree line photo where we have the silhouetted figures in the gap in the trees with the amazing clouds behind them. It just has the drama and the scale that I was hoping for at a location like this. But I also really like the one of the person walking up the handrail with all the layers in that photo. We have the S curve with the yellow lines. We have the silhouette, obviously. Then we have this blue sky with the clouds. We have some trees that are alive, some trees that are more dead, adding some drama to the photo. Love those as well. I think my favorites on the day were definitely the Leica Q images, just because they had a more traditional feel to them at 28mm, especially for this whole street photography concept. But I really wish I had gotten the puddle photos right. I kind of messed those up. I just think I needed to wait around a little longer. I got a little impatient. Also, those 120 photos, while not as traditional for street photography and not something I do very often, crazy. The scale on those images, the contrast between the blue sky and the white clouds, that's why I made it black and white. I figured it would add to the dramatization of those images. Fire. A lot of good shots with the Nikon as well, like the one of the silhouette with the tree and the clouds. I think that's my favorite one with the long lens. Also, I love the kind of landscape that I got. It's not even a street photo at all, but all the light beams are coming through the clouds and there's the silhouetted mountains in the background. Love that one as well because it actually does capture sort of the vibe and the thing that I was hoping to capture today, which is the feeling of living in the South during the summer. You're used to seeing these silhouetted mountains sometimes depending on where you're driving, so that one did its job. So shout out to Pierre for kind of putting this bug in my ear that street photography concepts and techniques can be applied to other areas if you just look for it. And I think this is very relevant to a time like right now where traditional street photography is kind of changed, and who knows when it's going to be back to what's considered normal. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Also, speaking of Pierre, we have a podcast out together that we did like 2 weeks ago. You can head over to his page and you can check it out there. I think the link is somewhere on there. You might have to find it. So shout out to him. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts on this whole thing in the comments. Y'all are the truth. See you next time.